Good evening, everyone. This is Henry Gambell with SimplerTrading.com, and in tonight's free video, I wanted to recap a couple of the ideas that I covered with you last Friday, and then also getting into the analysis as we see it today. So, heading into the weekend, I thought that bringing Bitcoin back into focus, not everybody will trade this, but this actually is a pretty decent futures product. Offers 5-to-1 leverage, and I've been trading it through Tastyworks. Actually, the margin required wasn't bad at all to hold it. So, just looking at the idea that last daily squeeze worked out so well, and that the recent pattern was also accommodating to the fresh daily squeeze that you had here. So, needless to say, the position that you woke up to on Monday morning was exactly what you're looking for, and I think if you get the pullback into about 8,600, I think that would be the next area to consider trying to buy it for a continued move higher. When we first ran these charts, we pointed out that you want to acknowledge the retracement of the previous swing, because this can often act as resistance, and heading into the weekend you can see how that 618 level, we close right there at the cusp of it. Well, then you get the weekend move, and that's what you're looking to be involved with when the squeeze fires. So Bitcoin does not have to respect technical analysis. Nothing has to, but it's been interesting to see the moment you clear this major retracement area, then you're right up into your extension, just, $10 off of the exact extension in a $9,500 product. I think that's precise enough to spend some time studying. So, take half the position off there, and then if you can buy the pullback to 8,600, well, then the ultimate target's going to be up here at 10,169. I'm going to call it 10K for good enough, but that's just a recap on where it's been standing, and we'll see how it acts if it gives you that pullback into those technical levels. A couple other things that are a little bit more in play, because that's just a follow-up on where we were last week, and then if you want to look at something that has some fresh setups, Roku might be one to look at. I know that buying something at lifetime highs is not always the best plan. It's not for everyone, but some people can tolerate a little bit of heat, work with the idea, and I'm just referencing this 78-minute chart and the moves that you have seen previously off of this signal. So without going into too much detail, you can see that generally speaking, they have been good for triggering the next leg higher in this particular product, and you can see that squeeze shows some nice development currently. So, if you get down around 102, 103, I think that would be a great place to consider buying some Roku, and that will be in play as you get into the Fed decision later on Wednesday. One last chart that I will leave you with is here in Adobe, and this is all trades that we've already been through. We discussed them today in the chat room, but they are a great opportunity for thinking a little bit past straight up direction. So I like the idea of looking at a standard butterfly and then an unbalanced butterfly. This is just a way of combining strategies that allows you to take a debit where you pay your standard typical butterfly that cost me $1.22 to see if we could get up to 300 over the course of the next 31 days. Okay, that's one way of starting to step into it. Then you can take a higher probability approach by using something like an unbalanced butterfly. In this series, revolving directly around earnings, it's going to be a little bit more flexible. It's going to do especially well if Adobe had opened, or it may still just open flat, but trading right here around 284 is just a perfect price for these two strategies, and I think an excellent way of thinking if you want to take your options a little bit past just directional calls and puts. They can really add an edge into your entries, and I think it helps you think from a term of premium selling, which is always a good way to approach the options market. So if that's something you're interested in, I will be doing a class on it this Saturday. The strategy portion of it will start at noon, and then we'll be doing some live trading into next week. So I hope those concepts are helpful, and I hope to see you this weekend.